was born at home. I was born on Bourbon Street, matter of fact. Later on, my mom moved me and my younger brother from New Orleans to San Francisco. I wanted to be a merchant seaman like my father, and I went into the Navy to get that Navy experience. But then the war started, and I stood in the Navy for 4 years. I got out the Navy in '66. Then I got involved in the mission community movement. One of the things that we done back in the '80s was to close down the juvenile justice system in San Francisco. We documented torture, children being tortured. I called the President of the United States at the White House, and the President at that time was Ronald Reagan. But his office took down what I said, listened to me, and then a week later, the Justice Department of Civil Rights Division got in contact and started investigating Youth Guidance Center for civil rights violations of children. And that started the whole reform movement. It took, for me, an average of 4 years working with young people living in this violent environment to change them and empower them to become part of the community, to understand the culture, to understand the political situation they're living in, and to keep them in school. And then slowly they become integrated into the community. All the gang members are members of our community. They can't be segregated, from it. We have to incorporate them, and they have to feel that. We can't keep on labeling these kids as at risk. They have no control of the environment of institutional poverty, environment of the state penal system. That's the environment that we need to change, because it puts our children at risk. I believe through the efforts of this program, Northwest Community Response Network, violence has been reduced because the CRN has developed networks with other agencies that at one time had nothing to directly do with violence, but now they're more aware of it. Community-based services is so critical in stopping violence. I retired in the early 2000s because I was suffering from PTSD because of a lot of street violence and a lot of deaths and a lot of violence, and putting yourself out there on the line and being in the hospitals and the morgues. And the community kept me on as a viable person, even though I had all these issues. They, I said, come on, Ray, come on. They would challenge me, and it helped me a lot to come in and talk to young people or talk to young staff about the experience of violence prevention and the work that we do. One of the things the mission community has done is revered its elders, the people that were in the trenches before there were models, before there were clinics, before there was bilingual education, before there was the word culture sensitive, before there were all these things. We were just at the base of change.